Well, I'm Charles Bwogi. I'm a content producer. I'm a media consultant, and I'm a student of diplomacy. Yeah. Of course, emotional intelligence is about identifying your emotions and, of course, the emotions of others. And then, of course, that helps you in thinking and then behavior as a person, not just an entrepreneur, but anyone. So for an entrepreneur, it becomes very critical because it helps you define the market. It helps define the opportunity that that market presents. Because all human beings are emotional. In business, you appeal to mainly two aspects of a human. That is the emotional aspect and the rational aspect of that person. So your ability to discern those emotions and guide your thinking and behavior is very, very critical in business because it can help reinforce and inform, your business decisions. So it's very important for a young entrepreneur to be, quite grounded in that particular space and to know exactly who they are. First of all, it helps them define their capabilities, what they can do and what they cannot do. And then, of course, being able to know, the emotional state of the others that they intend to serve in whatever business they're trying to, sit into. An emerging entrepreneur in today's world, one of the key things you need to be grounded into is the IT world. Because as you know, businesses are shifting away from the brick and mortar spaces into what we call the virtual space. Today, you no longer need, a shop in the sense of a brick and mortar role to actually transact and do business. If you ground it, in the ICT tools, you can use several platforms to actually sell your ideas. You can sell commodities, tangibles, using, specifically speaking, platforms like Facebook, platforms like Twitter, and the others, even WhatsApp, actually. So it is very, very important that you ground it in the IT tools. And of course, maybe the other aspect would be then the communication tools, being able to communicate well and effectively. Because to also play well in these spaces, you need to be really, really grounded in communication. You need to be a good writer, for starters, because that's how you describe your commodities and goods and services that you're selling. But then also away from the virtual space, when you do face-to-face, you're going to communicate, you're going to convince, you're going to negotiate and the like. But IT remains very important, not just for selling, but then also in financial management. Today, you don't have to hire an accountant if you're a business person. You can, get an application to actually do the numbers for you. You just input, and then it generates the P&L and all these other reports that you need in business. So I believe for young entrepreneurs, really the low-hanging fruit is IT and grounding yourself in that space. Of course, one of the things to change is always attitude. They need the right attitudes, because with the right attitude, there's a lot that you can do. There are many people who have really a losing attitude already even before they begin. I always keep saying that it's not important, really. Money is not the first thing that someone should look at. There are many people who have begun businesses and succeeded at them without a single coin. And sometimes what we call capital goes beyond monetary value. There is also what they call intellectual capital. If you have a particular skill, you can start by trading that skill. Today, some of the people that earn really good money are people who probably help people with sites, construct, masons, they could be plumbers, welders, and that kind of thing. These guys earn millions when they come to, work on a particular project. Now you tell me, do they come with money or they come with a skill? So I think it comes down to attitudes. And of course, a bit related to that, then you invest time to do a bit of soul searching and find out what can you do. What value do you add, especially in the world where we are entering today, where we're seeing that a number of traditional professions are actually dying. I'm into the production world. There are people that used to do particular roles in the production processes and can no longer do them because IT overtook those particular spaces and they're no longer needed. So with the right attitude though, you can adapt and adopt.